And yes, congratulations, we're at the end of this. One last thing. If anything, if you have an injury or an illness during clinical, a couple things that you need to do. If you get killed, well, then obviously somebody else will have to fill out the paperwork for you. Never happened, hopefully never going to happen. So if you do get injured, if you're conscious and alert, we get somebody that gets a needle stick and says, well, I just wasn't able to fill that out because I couldn't write because I was stuck in the arm, my non-writing arm with that. So fill out paperwork and get everything into us that starts the tracking and process from our end, and we'll get in to try and help make sure that you're taken care of. The first thing that you need to do is notify your preceptor if you're injured or ill. If you start getting sick while you're on a call, let somebody know and they'll pull you aside, and they can usually arrange for a different ride back to a station, or they can take care of you. If there's anything really serious going on, they can manage it. Stop the clinical as soon as it's safe to do so. Now, if they're working on a cardiac arrest and you've got a bad case of gas, you're not going to be the priority, so just kind of step back out of the way, and that's fine. Seek the medical attention as needed. Complete an injury or illness form on there. Now, if you get sick and you choose to go home, you don't really have to fill out all the paperwork on here, but if you get significantly ill, this is something where I start having chest pain and I need to go to the ER, and it may or may not be related directly to the clinical, fill the information out on there. As you have been hit multiple times, you have to carry your own health insurance. We don't carry health insurance for you while you're there. We do have some things that will help in with first testing for exposures, but very, very, very limited. You're responsible for your own health care insurance, and anything that isn't picked up is your responsibility on there. But this is the form that you got one copy of that you just stick in the back of your book and hopefully never see again, and turn it in and pass it off to the next person when you're done. We have very few cases of this. A needle stick is usually the most common thing, but somebody might twist an ankle, and if you're doing clinical over the winter months, it can get dicey, or if there's an auto accident or anything that happens. Those are the examples where it would be. We want you to contact the EMS chair within 72 hours. The preferred number on there is to directly call Chuck's number, which is 937-512-5162. Or the alternate number is 937-512-5338. And if you had any exposures, make sure that the infection control officer is notified. When you get to a hospital, if there's a patient that is being transported, if you're on the field, then have them contact their infection control officer. As far as doing information or testing or things of that sort, Concentra is our location that we prefer that you go with. So their locations, there's one up by the airport, there's another one on Troy Street, and then there's one on South End down by Cincinnati Street. So if you have questions or anything that goes on with that, your best source in that case is to get a hold of Chuck and leave a message. If it's weekends, Chuck isn't there at 3 in the morning on a Sunday. I might actually be, but he wouldn't be. So go ahead and leave a message, and we'll get in touch with you the next business day. If it's an emergency, like I said, you can contact Sinclair Police at 937-512-2700. But ultimately, take care of what needs to get taken care of, and you're with a crew or you're at a hospital to begin with. So enjoy the process. Have fun with it. Get a lot of learning done. The more skills you do, the better you'll get. Good luck with it. Let me know if you have any questions.